Whenever news breaks, you'll get it here first. The Andrew Carter Morning Show. CJAD 800.
It's a Holocaust Education Week. Heidi Berger is the founder and president of the Foundation for Genocide Education, and Tommy Schnurmacher is the host of the Foundation's new podcast, Chosen for What?, which shares powerful conversations with the children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren of Holocaust survivors. You can listen to Chosen for What on the iHeartRadio app or watch it on the Foundation's YouTube channel. Good morning, Heidi.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having us.
So I'm going to get to Tommy. Tommy, it's nice to have you here again.
Nice to be back on CJAD.
On CJAD. I'll get to you in just a moment. But Heidi, I wanted to ask you about why it's so important for young people today to learn about the Holocaust and other genocides.
Well, basically, when I think of what my mother went through, a Holocaust survivor, she went through watching her best friend raped, her mother machine gunned in front of her very own eyes, watched her father and brother taken away from her. And what we're seeing in schools is still not only ignorance, but denial that the Holocaust even took place. Obviously, this hurts me to my core. And the dangers of lies on social media, that's why it's more important than ever that young people learn about the Holocaust and other genocides, to learn what can happen when your mind is manipulated to hate. And actually, when they learn about the steps leading to genocide, they develop critical thinking to understand what hate and intolerance is.
Tommy, you're a second-generation Holocaust survivor yourself, and I'm interested in how your personal story shapes the conversations with the children and the grandchildren and even the great-grandchildren of the Holocaust survivors. What's their perspective?
I think the way it shapes me in terms of the questions I ask, I originally thought that, my mother was in Auschwitz, somebody else's mother was in Auschwitz, so what? We'd have nothing in common. I thought that decades ago. Turns out I was completely 100% wrong. We have lots and lots in common. In terms of the Holocaust was so horrific, as children, we want to undo it for our parents, which of course is impossible. So you try to protect your parents. In the meanwhile, they become so overprotective of you that it can drive you crazy. My mother was so overprotective, Andrew. Had I not decided at age 11 to walk home from school on my own 2 blocks away, she would have been walking me to work every day at CJAD.
Wow.
So when I'm speaking to other young people, I find that some of them were overprotected like me, and others just the opposite. When I met Heidi's mother, who was a Holocaust survivor, I was astonished. Like, you heard what she went through, watching that rape, her mother machine gun. So I figured this woman is going to be a wreck and devastated and destroyed when she walked into the studio when I interviewed her at CJAD. And no, not at all. Upbeat, lively, powerful, friendly. And what did she do with her kids? She raised them to be strong and powerful and stand up for themselves and be brave and do risky things. Very different from what I went through. So I found that fascinating, the psychological and emotional impact that the Holocaust has had, not only on the survivors, but on the children of survivors.
Okay, so what about the grandchildren and the, and so on, the further generations? Are you finding the same thing? Like, what's their perspective?
It amazingly enough, to the 3rd generation and 4th generation, some of the trauma is revisited to them, and I think part of the way they fight that trauma is to be involved in genocide education and Holocaust education, because they've heard the stories. And in addition to hearing the stories is one thing, Andrew, but feeling it inside and getting nervous about things that make no sense that you should be nervous about. Yeah. I went on a European vacation on a beautiful modern train in Switzerland, right? Looking forward to a vacation, having a great time, and they mentioned something in in the microphone system in English and in French. It's so cool. Then I'm on a train and I hear German, and I'm shaking like a leaf. Like, how did that happen? I was never there. My mother was there, but the impact on me was inside me, was visceral.
It's like a tragedy that continues because it's part of your DNA now.
Exactly, it is part of your DNA, and you get more worried about things, and you have an amazing ability to catastrophize. If someone, a close relative of yours, is 10 minutes late, that doesn't mean that they stop to talk to somebody. That means they're dead. I mean, that's what'll occur to you, and that's what you're going to worry about. So that's what I'm saying, that it carries on to the other generation. And I found the third generation are the same thing. They have a tough time saying goodbye to relatives in an ordinary case. I remember once going out with my parents. My mom was flying to Toronto. So my father and my sister accompanied her, and there was wailing and crying and everything. People around us were asking, what's going on? What happened? I said, oh, Mom's going to Toronto for the day. Look, people just don't understand. Wow. This what they see as overreaction. But it's not overreaction. It's gut reaction. It's visceral reaction. It's from the heart.
Tommy, I wish we had more time to talk. It's so nice to talk to you again. We'll have to do this more often.
Great talking to you, Andrew. Take care.
Thank you. That's Tommy Schnurmacher. And Heidi Berger is founder and president of the Foundation for Genocide Education. The new podcast hosted by Tommy Schnurmacher. It's called Chosen for What? And you can listen to that on the iHeartRadio app or watch it on the Foundation's YouTube channel.